Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we are diving into an essential skill for Grade 8 English language, expository writing. Our goal today is simple: learning how to explain, inform, and describe with absolute clarity. This lesson has been prepared for you by the ZA Sisters Learning Hub. So grab your notebooks, get comfortable, and let's get started. Before we begin, let's look at our roadmap for today. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to do 5 key things. First, understand exactly what expository writing is. Second, identify how we use it in real life and in your exams. Third, recognize its core structure, the introduction, body, and conclusion. Fourth, write an effective expository paragraph or essay yourself. And finally, you'll learn how to avoid the most common mistakes that students make. Let's take this step by step. So, what is expository writing? Simply put, it is writing that explains, informs, or describes a topic using facts, details, and examples. And here is the golden rule, without giving your personal opinions. Pause. Why do we call it expository? It actually comes from the word expose, which means to lay something open and show it clearly. Your job as an expository writer is to expose or reveal information in an organized way so your reader fully understands it. You see this every day in real life. Think of a textbook chapter explaining photosynthesis, a news report on a recent event, a recipe for baking a cake, or an encyclopedia entry about volcanoes. Even when your science teacher explains the water cycle, they are using expository language. Just remember this simple formula: expository writing equals facts plus explanation. It never tries to argue or persuade. That is persuasive writing, which is a completely different style. Now let's talk about the main purpose of this writing style. Writers use expository writing to inform, explain, or teach a topic clearly and objectively. The goal is to help the reader understand the facts and ideas without any confusion or bias. Where can you find expository writing? It's everywhere. You'll find it in newspapers, textbooks, science books, and blogs. You also see it in instructional manuals, official reports, encyclopedias, and of course right here in our classrooms. It is the foundation of academic communication. To write a great expository piece, you need to keep its key characteristics in mind. There are 7 features we want to focus on. First, it must be informative. It gives real facts and useful information. Second, it is objective. No personal opinions or feelings, just the facts. Third, it is logical. Your ideas should flow in a clear, sensible order. Fourth, it must be clear and easy for the reader to understand. Fifth, it is fact-based, meaning everything you write is backed by evidence, data, or examples. Sixth, it is highly organized with a clear beginning, middle, and end. And finally, it uses a formal tone, proper, respectful, academic language. Keep these 7 features in mind as we move forward. Expository writing isn't just one thing. It actually comes in 6 different forms depending on your goal. Number 1 is definition, where you explain what a term or concept means, like what is photosynthesis. Number 2 is process, explaining the step-by-step instructions on how to do something, like how to make a sandwich. Number 3 is cause and effect, explaining why something happens and what the results are, like why ice melts in sunlight. Number 4 is compare and contrast, showing the similarities and differences between 2 things, like cats versus dogs as pets. Number 5 is problem and solution, where you state a problem and offer a practical solution, like reducing plastic waste at school. And number 6 is classification, sorting things into groups or categories like types of renewable energy. Depending on your exam prompt, you will choose the form that fits best. Now let's look at the blueprint of a successful expository essay. Every piece follows the same logical journey, split into 3 parts. We start with Part 1, the introduction, which includes a hook, background information, and your thesis statement. Then we move to Part 2, the body paragraphs, where you present your topic sentences, supporting details, and concrete examples. Finally, we reach Part 3, the conclusion, where you summarize your points, restate your thesis, and leave the reader with a final thought. Remember, a strong structure guides your reader from start to finish without confusion, just like a roadmap for your ideas. Let's break down the introduction. Think of it as having 3 essential building blocks. Block 1 is the hook, an interesting question, fact, or statement to grab your reader's attention. Block 2 is the background, 1 or 2 sentences to give context about the topic. Block 3 is the thesis statement. This is a single clear sentence stating exactly what your essay will explain. Let's look at a complete example on the topic, the benefits of reading. Our hook asks, have you ever traveled to a magical world without leaving your room? Our background follows. Books are found in every school, home, and library, offering endless stories and information. And our thesis statement clearly states, reading books regularly improves vocabulary, sparks imagination, and builds knowledge. Here is an examiner tip. Your thesis statement is the most important sentence in your introduction. Examiners look for it first, so make sure it is clear and highly specific. Next up, let's look at how to construct your body paragraphs. Every strong body paragraph needs 5 things. 1, a topic sentence to state the main idea of that specific paragraph. 2, supporting details to explain and expand on that idea. 3, facts, true, checkable information. 4, examples, real-life situations that make your idea concrete. And 5, transitions, words that connect your ideas smoothly. Let's look at our example paragraph here. Our topic sentence is, one major benefit of reading is that it improves vocabulary. Then we support it. For example, when students read a new book every week, they meet new words and context and remember them more easily. In addition, research shows that regular readers score higher on language tests than non-readers. This proves that reading is a powerful tool for learning new words. Here's another examiner tip. Use only 1 main idea per body paragraph. Mixing too many ideas in 1 paragraph confuses the reader and will lose you marks. Keep it focused. Now, how do we close our essay? The conclusion is your final opportunity to leave an impression. You need 3 steps. First, summarize. Briefly recap the main points you just explained. Second, restate your thesis. Say your main idea again, but use different words. Third, leave a final thought, something memorable for the reader to take away. Let's look at our example conclusion. In summary, reading improves vocabulary, sparks imagination, and builds knowledge. Truly, books remain one of the most valuable tools for learning, so the next time you pick up a book, remember, you're opening a door to endless possibilities. A very common mistake students make is copying their introduction word for word as the conclusion. Emphasize, do not do this. Always restate your thesis using different words and add a fresh final thought. To make your writing flow beautifully, you must use transition words. Let's look at this handy table of when to use them. Use first, next, or finally to show order or a sequence of steps. Use furthermore or in addition when you want to add another point. Use however or on the other hand to show contrast or a different view. Use therefore or as a result to show an outcome. Use consequently to show a direct effect. And use for example to introduce an illustration. Here is an examiner tip. Vary your transition words. If you repeatedly write and then, your writing will sound childish. Use these sophisticated transitions to elevate your work To score high marks, you need to show the examiner you have a strong vocabulary. Over the next few slides, we'll look at some excellent words to use. Let's start with words for introducing and adding ideas. Instead of just saying and, use words like moreover, furthermore, additionally, or in addition. For example, moreover, reading builds discipline. When starting a list, use firstly. And when explaining concepts, instead of just saying shows, use powerful verbs like demonstrate, illustrate, indicate, represent, explain, or describe. For example, instead of the graph shows, write, the graph demonstrates rising temperatures. This sounds much more academic. Next, let's look at words for giving reasons and emphasizing importance. To show cause and effect, use words like consequently, therefore, thus, as a result, or hence. For example, she studied hard, therefore she passed with ease. When you want to show that something is very important, don't just repeat the word important. Use high-level synonyms like essential, significant, crucial, vital, fundamental, or notable. For example, practice is crucial for improving skills. These words instantly make your essay sound more professional. Now let's look at vocabulary for showing positive effects and supporting your writing with evidence. Instead of saying good or helpful, try words like effective, beneficial, advantageous, valuable, or productive. For example, waking up early is advantageous for students. When you are introducing your facts, use words like evidence, analyze, support, justify, confirm, or verify. For example, scientists verify data through experiments. Using these words shows the examiner that your writing is grounded in solid research and logic. Our final vocabulary set is for comparing ideas and concluding. When showing similarities, use similarly or likewise. For showing contrast, use however, whereas, nevertheless, or conversely. For example, cats are quiet, whereas dogs are loud. And when you are wrapping up your essay, use strong concluding words like ultimately, overall, in summary, ideally, or undoubtedly. For example, undoubtedly, time management is a valuable skill. Master these words, and your essays will flow seamlessly. Vocabulary is great, but grammar accuracy is just as important. Let's review some essential grammar rules for expository writing. First, always write in the present tense for general facts. Don't write the sun rise in the east. Write the sun rises in the east. Second, always write in the third person to keep it objective. Avoid personal pronouns like I. Instead of I think plastic is bad for the sea, write plastic pollution harms marine life. Third, watch your subject-verb agreement. Don't say the list of items were long. Since list is singular, write the list of items was long. Fourth, use correct punctuation. Always place a comma after introductory transition words. For example, however, students must plan their essay. Fifth, remember proper capitalization for names and places like we visited Karachi in March, and finally use proper paragraphing. Never write one long block of text. Break your writing into clear, separate paragraphs for each main idea. Let's look at the examiner's expectations. If you want to score high marks, you must follow these 10 golden rules. Write neatly, stay on topic, use transitions, use facts, and use concrete examples. Additionally, avoid repeating the same words. Maintain clear paragraphing, check your spelling, use proper punctuation, and above all, write clearly. If you check off all 10 of these, you are well on your way to an A. We can learn a lot from mistakes. Let's look at the most common errors students make and how to fix them. Mistake 1. Giving personal opinions. The fix? Keep your tone factual and objective. No I think or I believe. Mistake 2. Writing one giant paragraph. The fix? Break your ideas into separate, well-organized paragraphs. Mistake 3. Weak or missing thesis statement. The fix? Always include one clear sentence in your intro stating the essay's main idea. Mistake 4. Repeating the same transition word. The fix? Vary them, use furthermore, however, as a result, and so on. Mistake 5. No examples or evidence. The fix? Support every single point with a fact or real-world example. And mistake 6. Copying the introduction as the conclusion. The fix? Restate your thesis in new words and add a fresh final thought. When you are sitting in an exam, you need a strategy. Follow these 6 steps every single time. Step 1. Read the question carefully. Underline key words so you know exactly what is being asked. Step 2. Plan before writing. Spend 3 to 5 minutes brainstorming ideas and making a quick outline. Step 3. Manage your time. Divide your exam time between planning, writing, and checking. Step 4. Structure your essay. Aim for 4 to 5 paragraphs. An intro, 2 to 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Step 5. Match the word count. If the limit is 300 to 350 words, stay close to it. And Step 6. Impress the examiner. Use strong vocabulary, varied transitions, and neat, error-free writing. Let's put this into practice with a real exam-style question, similar to what you might see on the Aga Khan Board exam. The prompt is, write an expository essay on the importance of time management in 300 to 350 words. How do we guide ourselves through planning? First, we underline the keywords expository, time management, and 300 to 350 words. Second, we brainstorm 3 subpoints. For time management, we could choose reduces stress, improves grades, and builds discipline. Third, we choose an engaging hook, maybe a question, a shocking fact, or a quick scenario about time. And fourth, we write a quick 1-sentence outline for each paragraph before we start writing the full essay. This keeps us organized. Let's read through a complete full marks model answer together. Notice how it follows our structure. Our introduction reads, time is one of the most valuable resources a person has, yet it can never be regained once lost. Every student, worker, and parent must handle daily tasks within limited hours. Effective time management improves productivity, reduces stress, and helps people achieve their goals. Now, body paragraph 1. Firstly, managing time well reduces stress significantly. Students who plan their study schedule in advance avoid last-minute panic before exams. For example, a student who studies a little each day feels calmer than one who crams the night before a test. Next, body paragraph 2. Furthermore, good time management improves academic performance. Students who divide their time between subjects complete homework accurately and on schedule. As a result, they understand lessons better and score higher marks. And our conclusion: in summary, managing time wisely reduces stress and boosts academic success. Ultimately, developing this skill early prepares students for a disciplined, successful future. Truly, those who master their time master their goals. This is a perfect example of clear, objective, well-structured expository writing. Now it's your turn to practice. I want you to choose one of these 3 topics to write a single expository paragraph. Topic 1, the importance of recycling. Topic 2, how social media affects teenagers. Or Topic 3, the process of preparing for an exam. For our brainstorming activity, work in pairs. Spend 5 minutes listing every fact, example, and idea you know about your chosen topic. Circle your 3 strongest points. These will become your body paragraphs. Here is your vocabulary challenge. Use at least 5 words from today's vocabulary lists, like furthermore, significant, or evidence, and underline them. Remember our examiner tip. Set a 15-minute timer. Spend 3 minutes to plan, 10 minutes to write, and 2 minutes to check your work. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick quiz to check your understanding. I'll read the questions and you call out the answers. Question 1. Expository writing mainly aims to A. Persuade, B. Entertain, C. Inform and explain, or D. Argue. Pause. Yes, the answer is C. Inform and explain. Question 2, which is not part of an introduction. A. Hook, B. Thesis statement, C. Final thought, or D. Background. Pause. Correct, it's C. Final thought. That belongs in the conclusion. Question 3, which word shows a result? A. However, B. Similarly, C. Firstly, or D. Therefore. Pause. Spot on, it's D. Therefore. Question 4. Expository writing should be written in A. First person, B. Third person, objective tone, C. Slang, or D. Past tense only. Pause. That's right, it's B. Third person, objective tone. And question 5. A strong body paragraph starts with A. A. Conclusion, B. Hook, C. Topic sentence, or D. Thesis restated. Pause. Excellent, the answer is C. Topic sentence. Fantastic job, everyone. Let's do a quick recap of everything we learned today. We covered definition, facts-based writing that explains or informs, purpose, to teach objectively, characteristics, informative, objective, logical, clear, and organized. The 6 types, including definition, process, cause/effect, and more. Structure, introduction to body to conclusion. Vocabulary and grammar, using strong transitions and a formal third-person tone. Golden rules, using facts, examples, and neat paragraphing. Avoiding mistakes, keeping opinions out, and avoiding repetition. You've mastered a lot of material today. Finally, here is your homework assignment to prepare for our next class. Your writing assignment is to write a complete expository essay of 300 to 350 words on the topic, the benefits of learning a new language. Make sure to include a clear introduction with a thesis statement, at least 2 body paragraphs with topic sentences and examples, and a strong conclusion. Don't forget to use at least 4 transition words and 3 vocabulary words from today's lists. Optionally, try our challenge activity. Find one example of expository writing at home, like a food label, an appliance manual, or a magazine article. Highlight the topic sentences and transition words, and bring it in to share. Remember, plan before you write and check your work after. Quality beats speed every single time. Thank you for your hard work today, and I'll see you in the next class.